Okay, peeps, welcome back. So today we're going to be going over the grayscale trusts. With that being said, let's get it. All right, so LTCN, we have a retest of the macro trend line here with the shooting star candle. That's a very bullish sign. Again, we want to see a break of the trend line and the resistance. Resistance is 25 to about 27. The what is this called? The RSI is oversold on the daily time frame on the grayscale trust. As you guys can see, the last time we got this, there was a huge move up. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to move up right away. This is just kind of an early indication that it potentially may move up. We also have a double tweezer bottom here on the trend line on the daily. That's also a very bullish sign. So again, I would say roughly about 17 to 1750 is going to be your support. That's pretty much along this white trend line. The resistance up here is going to be as high as $55. So first target, 61%. Second target, 225%. Above that, you're looking at $75, $100 to $135. And I would say roughly about 300 to 400 as, right before getting to the all-time high as potential stopping points. So BCHG also have a hammer candle here right around the support level. That's also good. So resistance levels we're looking at here is $10, $13, $18, $20, and $24. The support is going to be roughly about, I believe, 7 to about 780. And let's just assume you managed to get it in there somewhere. All the way to the swing high up here would be about 216% move. HZEN, this thing has closed below resistance, so theoretically it should come down to support, which again is around 250 to 290. Then resistance, you'd be looking at about 390 to 420, 690 to $8 and 10.5 respectively. So basically from support to get back up to the swing high, you'd be looking at about a 270% move on this one, so pretty good. ETCG, anywhere in between this channel is going to be support, so $11 to about $13. I would say the resistance swing high up here for a better amount of profit would be roughly about 1930. I suppose you could aim for this top resistance here, but it's not really much of a move if you ask me. So pretty much from the bottom of these candles up to the swing high up here, you'd be looking at about 70%. ETH. So we had the cup and handle breakout here. As you guys can see, this big, huge cup handle, and then boom, we got a breakout. Again, the target is going to be pretty much right around the all-time highs. So roughly about $47. As you guys can see, anything in terms of price can happen in between now and then. There is a potential for a double top here as well. So if this is a confirmed double top, which it's looking like it is, likely we're going to come back down and test support. Again, that support is between 25 to 29. Resistance is going to be about 40 to 47. So from roughly around the middle of support, let's just say to that cup and handle target, you'd be looking at about 75% move. Phil G, we have a shooting star candle. So this is a very bearish candle. I suspect it's likely going to come back down and test support, or at least these candle bottoms here. So anywhere between 37 to about $56. I would not touch this personally unless it got to about 40. That's just me though. You guys can do what you want. So the swing high up here is roughly about $300 and almost $400 from the look of it. So roughly about a 940% gain on that one. GBAT, I mean, this thing's pretty much at the support. It's getting pretty close to being an ideal entry. Again, that entry zone is between $8 to $10. The resistance up here is 32. So from support to the swing high up here is about 258% move. GLIV, this thing has not confirmed bullish or bearish yet. It's just kind of stuck. I suspect it's probably going to come back down and test support. So that's going to be between 12 to about 1470. And do keep in mind the drop from the current price to that support zone is still pretty huge. So perhaps a DCA strategy would be best to mitigate some of the risk. But from that point to the swing high is about 491% move. And again, the swing high up there is at $80. G-Link, I would be waiting for support on this one. So support is $65 to about $85. The swing high is going to be all the way up here at 220. So from the support to the swing high on this one is about a 200% move. GSOL, this thing has had a super bearish looking shooting star candle here, so I suspect this thing probably is going to sell off the next couple of weeks. It's been pretty overextended for a long time, if I'm being honest. I mean, the red EMA is all the way down here at support, so that should really tell you a lot. So again, that support is going to be between 169 to 205. Resistance is up here at 580. So just to give you an idea of how big the drop would be, it's pretty large. It's 54%. So you guys can strategize around that how you want, but the move from support to the all-time high is 218%. GXLM, I'd be looking for this white line down here to be support again, because the red candles here have cracked both this wedge pattern and also the red EMAs. So $25 is the entry point and $70 is the exit point. I mean, you could theoretically just sell anytime between now and then, or just hold for new all-time highs. It's entirely up to you. So that would be about 180% move. Mana, this thing is about as perfect of an entry as you're going to get. It could break support and come down to this lower kind of white line here, which is support also. That's about 1150, but we would need to see a red candle close below that. We don't see that right now, so this is still support. Again, the all-time high up here is $70, so this is pretty much about as perfect of an entry as you're going to get at this point in time, in my opinion. So 281% move on Mana. And Zcash has broken this previous resistance, now turned support, so likely it is going to come down and test 320 is what I suspect is going to happen. The swing high is all the way up here at 10.25. Your resistance levels are 440 to 510, and then $8 to roughly about 960-ish, or thereabouts, respectively. So from the presumed support bounce level all the way to the swing high up here is about 221% move. So again, with a lot of these trusts, what we want to see is kind of a bounce off of some support and a break and confirmation above the trend lines. If you get in below the trend lines, that is basically predicting the move. If you get in above the trend lines, that's confirming the move. A lot of traders will wait for a breakout and confirmation above one of these trend lines and the EMAs for confirmation. That's how we swing trade in stocks. But to each their own. I mean, with crypto, it's a little bit different because we're in theory, based on cycle timing, we should still roughly have about 18 months left of bullishness before the markets start to sell off. So, some people are going to see this as maybe like a day trade or a swing trade. A lot of other people are probably going to see this as, I want to wait for 6, 12, 18 months. And that's fine. Everybody can approach the markets and these particular assets how they want to. To each their own. That's the great thing about a free market is it's free. You can approach it however you see fit. So anyways, this is the Grayscale Trust for the day. Hope you all enjoyed this content. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.